broken clock on the back wall, counting down till the last bell rings. You lock the door with the plastic smile, say this is just our little secret thing. Ink stains on my test paper, your hand leaning where it shouldn't be. You twist the rules like a gold ring, say it's love, say it's meant to be. Leave the kids alone, you're not a savior, you're a thief of home. Predator in school clothes, life in a cage is a place you go. See ya, Chomo, see ya, Chomo. We need justice, not a whisper, sorry, go. Leave the kids alone, leave the kids alone. You hide behind a chalk halo, fake men are on a crooked throne. They call you ma'am, they call you sir, you use that power, strip us to the bone. Female face, male face, same crime, same cold eyes when the door clicks shut. Courtroom shrug, they were almost grown. Light little sentence, deep little cut. Leave the kids alone, you're not a savior, you're a thief of home. Predator in school clothes, life in a cage is a place you go. See ya, Chomo, see ya, Chomo. Need justice, not a whisper, sorry, go. Judge with a tired handshake, gave her falls like it's half awake. You get years, we can count on hands. We get scars, we can't understand. Names on a list, they move you towns. Paper walls, you still prowl around. Kids in rows like loaded guns. You pull the trigger, then you run. Leave the kids alone, you're not a savior, you're a thief of home. Predator in school clothes, life in a cage is a place you go. See ya, Chomo, see ya, Chomo. We need justice, not a whisper, sorry, go. Leave the kids alone, leave the kids alone, leave the kids alone.
Is just coming into our newsroom. The DeKalb County State's Attorney's Office charges Dominic G. Larson for first-degree murder and several additional charges. On February 23rd, DeKalb police responded to Northwestern Kishwaukee Community Hospital regarding an injured infant that was rushed to the emergency room with severe facial injuries. The infant was transported by his biological father, who is Larson. Deputies noticed he appeared to be intoxicated and he had disobeyed deputies' orders. He was transported to the police department for further questioning. The infant ended up being airlifted to Loyola Medical Center for advanced treatment. The medical staff notified the police department on February 24th that the injured infant
back in court.
Earlier today, Pontello entered a plea of not guilty. He faces 48 charges of rape and child endangerment. Our Dejanay Ross takes us inside the courtroom.
Chained, with shoulders slumped and barely any eye contact, Ryan Pontello made his first appearance inside an Onondaga County courtroom to answer accusations of numerous sex crimes against children.
An indictment has been filed in this matter. It's on for arraignment today. Let's proceed with that.
Pontello remained quiet and still during much of the proceeding, dressed in his jail uniform, and only twice barely lifted his head to look toward the bench. The atmosphere felt somber as attorneys stood following the judge's directions.
The Rose, do you wish to enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. That's all entered into the record.
Pontello's court appearance lasted less than 5 minutes. But what comes next will have a lifetime of consequences for Pontello, his alleged victims, and their families.
The state allows for different
strategies and tactics to lessen that impact, but unfortunately in some form or fashion these children would have to express what trauma they experienced.
Those words hung in the air, reminding everyone of the emotional burden this case carries, especially for the young people involved. Pontello is being held without bail. He's next scheduled to appear on April 9th. In Syracuse, I'm Dejanay Ross.
Well, Jen, it is here where that Carmel man is being held on a no bail arrest warrant. He's 47-year-old Dexter Salazar, arrested over the weekend on allegations he sexually assaulted a minor. According to city records, Salazar is listed as the manager of Edwin's Restaurant in Carmel. Until his arrest, he was listed as a guest chef at next month's Pebble Beach Food and Wine Festival. Not anymore. Reaction tonight regarding Salazar's arrest.
It's really unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate to hear that. Especially he's a fellow, restaurateur in the community. For me, he's been a good neighbor and a good friend. I'm sure the local authorities will do a great job finding out the truth.
Dexter Salazar was booked into the Monterey County Jail on the following felony counts: sexual abuse of a child, rape by force, false imprisonment, and kidnapping. He's being held on a no bail hold, could make his first court appearance later this week. Marina police say the alleged victims are known to Salazar, and therefore police believe there is no active threat to the community. Reporting from outside the Monterey County Jail, I'm Felix Cortez. Dan, back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, Felix.
As you know, the state's sex offender registry is supposed to keep everyone safe, but a new audit shows there are gaps that could put people at risk. The new report just dropped today from the Office of the Auditor General, and it's raising some big questions about when it comes to accuracy and training.
Some things we really do need to be concerned about. Lauren Kostick, one of our investigators on Local 4, has been digging into this all day. She joins us now live. Lauren, what did you find out here?
Yeah, Karen and Ty, this report, like you said, was just released today, looking at whether or not the state's sex offender registry was being maintained. And according to this report, there's some holes in the system.
The 40-page report raising questions about Michigan's sex offender registry. It comes from the state's Office of the Auditor General, reviewing whether or not state police are effectively keeping up the list. As of July 2024, there were 44,000 registered sex offenders. But here's the problem. The audit found many addresses on the list don't match the offenders' actual addresses. The audit picked 60 offenders at random, and 9% of them had wrong addresses. The ones on the list didn't match their state ID. That could mean more than 2,700 people in Michigan are registered at the wrong place. When asked about this, the state police said they only check addresses when someone first registers or moves to or from Michigan. Saying, quote, after a registrant's record is activated, MSP does not have a process in place to periodically compare MSOR addresses with the DOS driver's license file.
And it's also important to note that state law does not require state police to be constantly double checking these addresses. Also, there are a lot of findings in this report, state police agreeing with a lot of them. And we have that full report on our website right now for you to look at clickondetroit.com. Karen, back to you.
Obviously infuriating for so many people depending on this list, and it doesn't work. I know you spent time going through it. Was there anything else that jumped out at you?
Yeah, Karen, I also thought it was interesting when sex offenders go to register, some of that information that's being put in the database is also not accurate. The audit says 20% of those sampled had the wrong information. So that is definitely very alarming.
Yeah, that needs to change. All right, Lauren, we appreciate it. Thank you. Great job.
A 92-year-old man pleading guilty to lewd acts with children years after his Shawnee church was accused of trying to cover it up.
The Pottawatomie County District Attorney says a judge has sentenced Charles Sullivan to 25 years in prison on 2 counts of lewd acts with a child under 16. The abuse happened at Shawnee's First Church of the Nazarene between 2008 and 2013. Investigators say church leaders silenced Sullivan's victims.
The DA now saying in part, quote, I am still upset and angered that the victim's attempts to report their abuse in the past resulted in threats and coercion into silence by the members of the Church of Nazarene, including a senior pastor, in an attempt to cover up Sullivan's crimes.
Christina, thank you. A Bexar County man has been arrested and charged. Lawrence Edward Paul is accused of online solicitation of a minor. Deputies say Paul chatted with two people he thought were 15 and 17 years old. Both were undercover agents. Investigators say one conversation turned sexual, and Paul thought he was meeting the 17-year-old to buy her clothes. The sheriff says when Paul was taken into custody, he confessed to meeting with other girls before.
What's extremely disturbing about this individual is he can't even keep straight how many young people he has talked to. He intimated to us that he's actually at certain times met with young ladies for sexual activity. He claims that the young ladies that he physically met with are older, not minors.
The sheriff's office believes there could be more victims. They're asking any other possible victims to please come forward.
Court documents reveal new details in a disturbing Jefferson County child abuse case. Waurika police worked with OSBI and the FBI and arrested Walter Arnold last week. He's charged with multiple counts of child abuse, enabling child sexual abuse, and second-degree rape. Investigators say between August 2025 and his arrest this month, he sexually abused two teenagers in his care and allowed another adult to abuse one of them. Authorities say the case came to light after DHS raised concerns, prompting an FBI search warrant and emergency protective custody for one child. Arnold is due in court tomorrow. Meanwhile,
police in northern Colorado are actively searching for a former school employee who's accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old student. They say 34-year-old Brenda Meza worked at Greeley-Evans School District 6. Police say they were first alerted 1 month ago and say the abuse happened over the course of several months. Right now, Meza's still not been arrested. Greeley police say that she's wanted on several felony charges.
A former Massachusetts science teacher has been sentenced to prison for exploiting underage girls through Discord. The Justice Department says 35-year-old John McGee Gavin of Brookline messaged at least 20 underage females. Police say he worked at Josiah Quincy Upper School in Boston. And before that, he worked at the Academy of the Pacific Rim Charter Public School. The DOJ says Gavin told victims he was a teacher and often asked them to send him pictures of themselves. He was arrested last February and sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Former chaplain of the Gilman School is facing charges that he sexually abused a child at the school in the 1970s. Court records show 81-year-old Lawrence LaPointe was charged in late February for abusing a child under the age of 14 during the 76-77 school year. LaPointe is currently on leave in Norwich, Connecticut, where he now works as a pastor, and where he is also accused of abusing a child in the early 70s. LaPointe denies all allegations.
Details now as a teaching certificate for a Richland 1 school teacher is now suspended after he was charged with sex crimes involving a minor in early February. Now, this person was arrested following a Marion County investigation that started in 2024 and involved two minors. We're referring to Eric Marshall Favor, who's 29 years old. He was arrested and charged with first and second degree criminal sexual conduct of a minor and promoting prostitution of a minor and criminal conspiracy. Richland County School District 1 confirmed Favor worked as a social studies teacher at Lower Richland High School and taught at Southeast Middle School before. State education officials suspended his teaching certificate in the middle of his ongoing case. Education officials say that the suspension will remain until a due process hearing is held.
First at 5:30, sex offender sweep. It's a Detroit's most wanted special report.
A number of offenders are still on the streets in Oakland, Macomb, and Wayne counties. And now law enforcement is calling on you to help them lock these guys up.
7 Action News reporter Anne-Marie LaFlame shows us some of the dangerous predators they're looking to arrest.
Police work around the clock to lock up non-compliant sex offenders because they're such danger to our community. But once they've exhausted all of their resources, they need your help to lock up Detroit's most wanted sex offenders.
We've conducted the sweeps. We've gone out, hit as many doors as possible.
Statistics show Michigan ranks nationwide as fourth when it comes to sex offenders per capita. Deputy U.S. Marshal Rob Watson says despite law enforcement's aggressive action in keeping people on the Michigan Sex Offender Registry accountable, our state has a problem with offenders refusing to check in.
It's pretty simple. If they follow that, then they're not going to be bothered.
These men and women deciding to do things their own way, refusing to let police and us know where they are.
They all were convicted of the sex crimes that got them on the registry.
That's why this week, Michigan State Police and the U.S. Marshals pooled their resources and hit the streets, locking up more than a dozen non-compliant sex offenders.
They are predators, they are deviants, and they could live next door to you.
Like Scott Padola of Clinton Township, he's a Tier 3 sex offender, classified as the most dangerous of predators, required to register for the rest of his life, but he's been on the run since 2011.
When they choose not to register, there's a reason why they're doing that.
Marcus Bryant last registered in Hamtramck, convicted of trying to accost a child for immoral purposes. He was sent back to prison in 2017 for not registering, and once again became a fugitive in 2018.
We hope that they stop. We hope that they learn from their behavior. We hope that they get rehabilitated.
There's Kevin Cracchiolo of East Point, Enzo Lopez of Pontiac, Mark Putek of Westland.
Maybe they're targeting another child. Maybe they're harming somebody else.
River Rouge, Inkster, Lincoln Park, Mount Clemens, these crimes and these offenders span Metro Detroit.
Male, female, it doesn't matter. There's no specific profile of sex offenders.
That's why 7 Action News is working with law enforcement through Detroit's Most Wanted to give you the tools you need to hold these convicted sex offenders accountable.
Let us know where these people are. We can only do so much with the information that we have.
Sex offenders prey in every neighborhood, and they could be hiding in yours. That's why we've put a map on WXYZ.com where you can go right now to see if any of these men or women are living in your neighborhoods. And as always, if you know where they may be, you can call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. I'm Anne-Marie LaFlame, 7 Action News.
He's a registered sex offender from Flat Rock, accused of trying to rent a child under 10 years old for sexual pleasure. All of it playing out in graphic messages with an undercover federal agent posing as a parent. In one message, it says, quote, "My heart's racing a little, thinking I'll be able to see her soon." Another, it says, quote, "What would I need to do to possibly meet up with her?" What else the feds say they discovered ahead on Local 4 News at 6 and at clickondetroit.com.
I don't see anybody talking about this. 37 missing children were just rescued and discovered in a Riverside County home. 37 were recovered, but more than 50 were identified, and they're between the ages of 14 and 17 who had been gone anywhere from 1 month to 2 years. The federal agencies that took part in this was the United States Marshal Service, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Homeland Security, and the United States Secret Service. The operation also resulted in 7 arrests, including a federal arrest for child sex trafficking carried out by Homeland Security investigation. Here's the state and local partners that participated in this rescue. And the location of the home that the children were found and rescued in is a home in Hemet, California. Now, I have a lot of questions here, okay? Where are the families? This is 37 children, more than 50 identified. Where are their families? Why isn't anybody talking about this, especially the news? How did these children end up in the hands of these people running this operation? What states were they taken from and relocated to Hemet, California? I just have so many questions about this, and there are very few answers online.
A 34-year-old man is sentenced to 2 decades in prison for sexually assaulting a woman just last year. In January of 2025, Winnebago County deputies met with a woman who told them Justin Cunningham grabbed her and sexually assaulted her. She said she attempted to scream for help, but Cunningham put his hand over her mouth and dragged her behind a home. There, Cunningham took the victim's phone, ripped her shirt off, and broke her necklace. The victim was knocked to the ground several times during the attack and hurt. Cunningham pled guilty to attempted aggravated criminal sexual assault. In addition to 20 years behind bars, Cunningham will spend at least 3 years on supervised release after he leaves prison.
Brand new at 5, Rensselaer police say they are not surprised that Robert Fisher died at the Elmira Correctional Facility this week.
That breaking update was first
first on 13 last night. Fisher only spent a few weeks behind bars after he was just convicted of murdering and raping little Josephina Cunningham. She was just 3 years old.
News Channel 13's Tessa Ventulin is now here live with us to share what police told her today. Tessa.
Hi, Rachel and Steve. Well, the Rensselaer police chief says they were informed about Fisher's death, but they're in the dark when it comes to how Fisher died. That's being investigated by the Department of Corrections and Community Services. Police Chief Warren Famigletti says it's a difficult situation for everybody involved because of the trauma this horrific death has for the family and the investigators who worked closely on this case. Hearing about Fisher's death brings that trauma back for so many. Fisher's death comes 6 weeks after he was just sentenced to 20 years to life in prison for Josephina Cunningham's death. He pled guilty to raping and killing little Josephina here on your screen in Rensselaer in July 2023. The details of Josephina's attack are horrific. In court, we learned Fisher drugged Josephina before raping her, then tried to cover it up, and what he'd done by taking Clorox wipes and scrubbing her face. He scrubbed her face so hard that he burned the pigment right off her face. Chief Famigletti says he wants to make sure everyone knows of the terrible things Fisher did to Josephina.
Did you expect this death to come?
We didn't not expect it, right? It's a horrific crime. Everybody knows what he did. So we didn't expect him to have a smooth time in prison.
Coming up live at 6 o'clock, the conversation a Rensselaer police investigator had with Josephina's father after learning about Fisher's death. Rachel and Steve.
It's just an awful story, Tessa. Thank you so much.
Timoteo Castaneda was sentenced to 10 years of probation today for indecency with a child. Castaneda previously pled guilty, and Judge Raquel West asked for a pre-sentencing report. Judge West followed a plea agreement sentencing him to probation and ordering him to register as a sex offender and undergo substance abuse treatment. He also cannot have contact with the victim.
Live from Television Drive, this is 5 News, North Central West Virginia's news station.
Welcome to First at 5. I'm Alex Tejada. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We begin in Lewis County, where a man has been sentenced to years behind bars after he fractured a 4-month-old baby's skull and caused a brain bleed. Eric Awn Jr. has been sentenced to 7 to 35 years in prison on multiple charges, including child abuse causing serious bodily injury and malicious assault. Awn will also spend 50 years on supervised release after his prison sentence ends. Awn was indicted last April after the baby was admitted to WVU Medicine Children's in December of 2024 with multiple injuries, including a brain bleed, fractured skull, broken ribs, and organ damage. Deputies say he was physically abusing the baby. Another person, Alexis Benedum, was also indicted with Awn. She was sentenced to 3 to 15 years on child neglect charges in September. 3 other people, including the child's grandparents, will go to trial in May for their role in the abuse. All 3 have been indicted on child neglect charges.
In Stanislaus County, a woman who worked with children is now under arrest, accused of torturing an 11-year-old girl.
Investigators say that victim came forward in January accusing Priscilla Mestaz and her partner, Anthony Machuca, of abusing her. During a search of the home, deputies say they found surveillance cameras that showed extensive abuse. Deputies say they would make the girl sleep in the backyard or the garage through the winter and summer months. Investigators say Mestaz is related to the girl, and they say Mestaz served as a child and family services case manager with a local organization, so they're asking anybody who may have any other information on other possible instances of abuse to call the sheriff's office.
A Spokane Public Schools teacher charged with sex crimes against a child is in court for her arraignment this morning. Officers arrested special education teacher Mahela Benavides for first-degree child rape and first-degree child molestation. Court documents say the abuse started around winter break and happened multiple times, almost daily, in 2 different classrooms. The Spokane Police Department says SPS separated Benavides and the child once they learned of this. We will continue to keep you updated here on Up with Krem. Meanwhile, a Sprague High School teacher is charged with sexual misconduct with a minor and communicating with a minor for immoral purposes. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office arrested Madeline Schoon yesterday afternoon. Investigators are still working this case.
And Calhoun County is facing charges for allegedly sexually extorting a teenager.
32-year-old Chantel Parker is now charged with aggravated sexual extortion. According to the warrant, in December of last year, Parker demanded money from a 15-year-old, threatening to post an explicit photo of the victim. That warrant claims the victim had suicidal thoughts due to those threats. Parker is now booked at the Orangeburg County Detention Center.
At first, former Boise School District special education teacher at Valley View Elementary School, Mary Ann Baker, didn't suspect that her colleague, Gavin Snow, was doing anything wrong, characterizing him as a nice kid that worked hard. But she says that all began to change after she saw him holding up a cell phone in the class's bathroom with a student.
Before Christmas break, I walked into the restroom and he had a cell phone and he was rushing out of the restroom with the cell phone up in his hand. And I thought, I said to him, what do you have? Do you want to show me something? And he said nothing and he put it away. And then I saw a student in the restroom with him. We worked very closely together, all of us. So there was no reason for me to mistrust or think that anything was up at that point.
Baker says cell phones were against the rules anywhere in her classroom and that she felt confused why Snow seemed to use his so much. She says cell phones were a distraction in her special needs classroom where many of her students have severe autism. Then other factors about her encounter with Snow began to bother her.
Later, as I started to recollect that situation, and other situations where the cell phone, it was this common thread of the cell phone. Why is the cell phone with him and out?
Baker says as a mandatory reporter of things like sexual assault, she decided to report what she'd seen to the district. A police report obtained by CBS 2 confirms Baker's account. Just days later, police attempted to arrest Snow, who committed suicide before he could be taken into custody. Then the district brought Baker in for a meeting and warned her that she wouldn't like what she was about to hear.
The Boise Quad supervisor, she stripped me of my badge, all communication. My classroom, I was plucked out of my classroom. And I said, please, this is time for healing. You don't understand the damage that you're going to cause those children and their family by taking me, the teacher, out of the classroom. I mean, this classroom, unless you're in that classroom, you don't understand how difficult it is. One of the most difficult classrooms to run. And I was devastated. I said, what are you doing? I reported a pedophile. That pedophile was stopped. And now you're treating me this way? I don't deserve this.
Baker was brought to court on 2 misdemeanor charges of failing to report suspected abuse at her school in time. Boise City prosecutors said Baker failed to report 2 incidents involving photographs Snow took of students and what Baker knew about them. State law mandates school employees to report suspected sexual abuse within 24 hours. She says the judge promptly dismissed the charges, saying prosecutors hadn't succeeded in building a criminal case.
Based on not finding anything that fit me criminally, the judge said, I'm dismissing this case with prejudice. That means that those charges have been dropped, that there was not criminal activity, and that you cannot come after me again.
The Boise School District has paid $7 million in lawsuit settlements related to Gavin Snow's abuse to parents so far. Baker has also filed a $1 million tort claim against the district, which could lead to a civil suit. In that claim obtained by CBS 2, she says she was forced to resign after she filed her report against Snow. The district disputes Baker was terminated and says she was not denied due process. They declined to comment further, citing Baker's pending tort claim. We've reached out to the prosecutor's office for comment. We'll let you know if we hear back.
Don't play. Hey, Grandma.
You're kidding me.
Go sit down.
This is ridiculous. You're gonna arrest my son?
Hey, what did I just tell you? Are you going to come over here and obstruct what I'm doing?
No, I'm asking you.
Then stay over there.
You arrested my son?
He is detained.
A mother's worst nightmare becomes reality when her 14-year-old daughter makes a shocking accusation against one of her mother's ex-boyfriends. What first sounds like an unbelievable claim slowly begins to reveal a dark and disturbing truth. And over time, many more reports begin to surface. Sometimes, the most terrifying monsters aren't strangers hiding in the dark. They're the people living among us, the ones we think we know, and the ones we trust the most.
She's messed up.
Okay. I'm at right now.
Right in there with, we just got the girls back.
I see. So you guys all work together here.
Yes, we own this place and she's our employee.
I see.
And the teenage girl called. This little girl and the girl it happened to.
You can get him or I'm going to get him.
We'll take care of it.
So,
we just need to get all the facts before we head over there.
Apparently it happened last night.
She just told me exactly what happened.
Do you want to sit down and tell me before I go talk to her? Because we're only allowed so many interviews.
Yeah, I want to say
well, this is what just came straight from her. I have text messages. Her phone was dead when her phone this morning.
So who is over there?
That would be my little one here. It's my father, my ex. So.
Your ex. Is he your husband, ex-husband?
No, not ex-husband, just ex-boyfriend. We had a child together. Families are still real close. This is shocking for everybody.
All right. How long have you all been separated?
At least 4 years.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
this is every weekend, you know what I mean? My kids go over there all the time.
Sure.
She said, well, anyway, she texted me on can get me. I can't stay here. I have all this. I'll show you. I said, what's going on? I'm at work, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, he raped me. I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm going to She said, last night he asked her to come watch a movie with him.
Okay.
I went in the room, and he stuck his hand in her pants and then got on top of her and physically raped her, and then wouldn't let her leave the room for a while. So everybody else was asleep, I guess. And I gotta ask you this: did he ejaculate or anything like that? So I didn't get that far. She just got here.
Because if that's the case, we need to get
her. She has the panties and stuff that she wore. She said she felt gross, and she has those clothes. They haven't been touched.
Excellent. Okay. I'm so sorry.
Guys.
Okay.
The investigation began in December of 2022 when a 14-year-old victim told a trusted adult about the incident that had occurred the night before. Authorities were contacted immediately, and detectives with the Marion County Sheriff's Office opened a major crimes investigation.
Hey, buddy, what do we have? A legit 37. They've been staying with.
Just for night. They do this every weekend on Fridays.
Yeah.
Grandma comes and picks them up.
It's her.
And they go out there and Sundays get them back.
So she texted you last night? And
No,
says,
she texted me. I will show you right here, guys. When her phone's been dead, she said, this happened last night. She texted this morning. She tried to call me. Please come get me. It's an emergency. I cannot stay here no more. Please come get me. Please. I said, I'm at work. I tried calling her, couldn't hear. I said, what's going on? What's going on? Please. I can't till I get off work. I can't. She tried calling me. It's not working. I said, tell me what's wrong. Don't call the house phone, his house phone. I said, if you don't tell me what's going on, I am. Please, he raped me. Like, please, can't be here. Please, please, please. I said, I'm sending the cops. Don't. And then we just got to, Grandma's coming to get you. Answer, my anxiety's bad. And I said, really, thank you. That's the family calling me, because they didn't realize they were gone for just now 2 hours. They're just realizing these girls are gone. Gotcha. You know, I'm part of the family. Please let me know. Hold on. She's going to walk to the road. After you walk to the road now, look for Grandma.
Let me have her start on that.
Yeah, girl in there.
You have a pen for her?
She's she's a wreck right now, guys. But that's.
Hey, Bert. Here for a second. Here, just have a seat for a second, okay? Here, talk to me real fast. Yeah. So, from all we know, still out there.
That's one right there. Do we know how he was raping her?
She told me that she was watching a movie, or he invited her to watch a movie. From what she told me, it sounded like there was some kind of penetration. She said that she was raped.
Like finger penetration?
That, I asked if there was ejaculation or anything like that. She's like, I didn't ask that much, but she has the clothes in the bag, I guess, still from last night. As soon as you came up, that's where I was at.
Therefore, we're going to be 10-12 and signal 24.
So that she mentioned, because you said something about putting a hand down there, was there physical sexual contact?
Yes, and then he got on top of her and physically raped her.
So it happened?
Yes, it did happen.
And you say that the clothing, do you have it in a bag somewhere? Okay.
Where is we need that bag.
Yeah, can you grab that for us? And I'm going to put it in a brown bag right away.
Yep. Let me call Sarge every time what we have.
Yeah.
Hello? Hey, Sarge, it's Gonzalez.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, you are Northeast Sergeant?
I am. What you got going on?
Awesome. So it looks like it's gonna be a legit Channel 37. Last night they were watching a movie, and he hit her, and then got on top of her, and then beat her.
She doesn't have clothes. She threw them in his trash.
Oh shoot! So here's the house. Hey, we don't have clothing.
So what am I gonna do? Take her to the...
We're on the phone with our sergeant.
Okay.
This is kind of going above us.
Okay.
Usually goes to major crimes, but we'll get there. We just are only allowed so many interviews with her, so we're trying. So what are the clothes that she has on? She wasn't wearing those during the incident?
No, these are extra ones. Like they pack for a weekend over there.
Did she shower or anything like that?
I don't think so. Her hair's still matty. I haven't asked her like you guys got here right as she did.
Okay. Well, hey, we try to get here as quickly
I got
as we
you.
could.
No, you did. Because they came all the way from Salt Springs, way out.
Just real quick, while we have him on the phone, can you ask her if she's showered since it happened? And he's still out there, correct? That's his house. Does he live alone? Gotcha. No clothing.
So what's the living arrangement? Does stepdad live with her and you?
No, this is a whole other house. Like I live out here. This is his. He lives with his mom. His two
Who
sons.
is he for her?
Stepdad.
No.
Did he force her to do that, or you don't know?
No, I don't know. What disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. We have to ask these questions, man.
I know. It's hard.
So she spent the night with, okay, she was staying there when this happened.
Yeah, and grandma and the grandma. This happens every weekend. This is not the first time. This has been happening for years, guys.
Yeah, it's been every weekend that they go over there and they hang out.
Yes. Never ever. And I talked to my youngest one to see if maybe something happened, but no. And as sick as it sounds, like my boss said.
She has showered, and the clothing she had on is at the house.
In the trash can.
All right, so she has showered, and the clothing
I think
that
he
she
probably
had
did it
on
because
is at the house.
the little girl
where the whole
looks
thing
exactly like her. You'll see.
And he's missing right now.
He's at the house.
He's at the house.
Oh, he's at the house.
Yeah. He doesn't know anything, you guys. Like, I didn't call to start a war.
I
called Detective Rodriguez. He told me exactly
I didn't
what
call
to
to
do.
start a war.
So
Detective
he
Rodriguez with us?
Yes.
Okay.
He told me get the
Don't think
grandma
for women, I don't want to
to
go out
have the
there.
kids come out to the
100%.
road, and they hid in the bushes.
Who's there right now at the house?
The grandma, him.
Can we have grandma collect the clothes?
Oh, she's gonna flip when she finds this out.
She doesn't know anything.
This
They
is
don't
her
know
son.
anything about it.
Listen, but you want to go over there, or do you want me to? We need to go over there and collect that clothes.
See, this is what happened.
Wait 1 second. We need to go over there and collect that clothes. And
Right.
on top of that, we need to make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, if they even let us go in the house.
Do we have a crime license?
I get that, but if they refuse, we'll have to get a warrant.
Yeah.
So her daughter called her, told her what happened. I called Detective Rodriguez, and he told me exactly what to do. He said, get the girls out of the house. So we sent Grandma to pick them up. The one it happened to took her and her little sister, hid in the bushes till Grandma got there, and they came out on 19. And so he said, don't say anything until we had them, in custody with us, and then to call you guys. And then I called you. They keep burning up all of our phones. I said she was down at our other shop working, and our phone wasn't working there. So they don't know anything about it.
All right, so let's take it step by step, though, so they don't know anything that's going on. My worry is the clothes. She's already showered. The clothes are at the other house. Dad has no idea what's going on.
Neither does Grandma. We've been just saying she's down at the other shop, and we can't get a hold of her.
All right, let's do something.
And we don't know what clothes that she was wearing.
Maybe the only clothes in the trash can, I'm sure. She's only...
Which trash can?
Here, let's have her come up.
Yeah.
For a second.
Is major crimes coming out or anything?
He's not coming back.
Okay. Yeah, before we head out there, I'd like to know
Yeah,
that.
let's
I waited too because we didn't want anything more to happen to her.
Of course. No, she's safe here.
Can you step up for a second, please? Just real quick, thank you.
During interviews, the victim described what had happened inside the suspect's bedroom and told investigators that he had blocked the door, preventing them from leaving.
It's legit. She is. That's why she was last time, so it is legit. Hello. Can I get some vitals from you?
Blood pressure.
Check mine while you're at it, too.
What is that? That's a bow, bro. That's a little bow tie thing.
Yeah.
There's like something out here.
So I'm gonna have.
You might want to talk to that one.
Yeah, no, that's a bow. That's a bow. Not being dirty. It's a
Oh my God.
The bull. Like the Texas ones, you know what I'm talking about?
I hope so.
Yeah, so I'm hoping too.
I did. I asked her questions. I said, has Daddy ever touched you on the butt or any of your private parts? She said,
Yeah, because that kind of had me a little
yeah, when I
concerned.
saw it, I was like, oh man. Because I saw it when you saw it, and then you sent the question, I was like,
just so you know, a couple months ago, the other sister,
the one with the white shirt right now?
yeah, she told her mom that it happened to her. Well, after she he asked her, but she's not speaking, and she said she wouldn't talk to you guys either. So
She told you guys a couple months ago that this happened?
she told me, but mom was like,
Didn't call us or anything?
she didn't, believe it, kind of thing. So, I mean, all of us, I've known Lee, from the kids, a few years. I mean, you never know when something's going to happen, but he never seemed like he'd be that kind of, he's always been loving dad, I've learned since I've lived out here for 5 years, there's a lot of creepy people out in these woods.
Yes, ma'am. There are some good people out here too.
Yes, I agree.
But I'd agree with your assessment.
I think they must get pushed out of the cities into here, or I don't know.
Were you over there last night? No?
Alright. What's the little girl at the house with you?
That's the elder.
She didn't say anything.
No, we talked to her.
Alright. We'll do something real quick. And who called 911? Was you, right?
My boss.
Your boss called 911?
The issue that we have is the clothing. First off, she showered. And the second issue we have is the clothing that she had on. She had thrown in a Dollar General bag and thrown it in the dumpster, or thrown it in the trash. And she claims that the family there had taken it to the dump. So I'm literally waiting here to hear back from you, because I was going to go with one of our RPs to this dumpster to try to see if I can find it. No, unfortunately not. It's a Marion County landfill, and they claim it's not one of the ones that's compacted. It's, I guess, one that's open. She claims, the victim claims it was a Dollar General bag. She said that her red shorts and pink shirt was in it, and she said she wasn't made to do it. She just did it because she felt dirty, that kind of thing. And some, actual sexual penetration. We haven't directly asked her yet any of those things because we didn't want to waste an interview.
You want to come and see it? If you want to. If you don't want to, it doesn't matter. It's up to you.
As detectives continued their investigation, another victim came forward. She told investigators that they too had been inappropriately touched by him on multiple occasions. The victim said that when they tried to escape, he refused to let them leave and even made threats to continue harming them.
Hey, Gonzalez, you got victim 43?
Yes.
I'll let you talk to Jose.
8743.
She just needs victim 43. I filled room.
Hey, says that about a month or so ago, the same thing happened to her, but she doesn't want to talk to us about it.
Clearing at 04190.
Okay, I would put that in there. I mean, if she,
That's what, yeah, I'm good.
doesn't want to talk about it, that's fine. But is that not that anything about it happening
397 from 047?
Or from
Mom is saying that this happens every weekend. They go to her boyfriend's house every weekend. The kids do. That always looks to be, a good dad. And then that today she gets a text message from her daughter, like saying, "Pick us up or pick me up." And then the kid said, "I can't. I'm at work. Is everything okay?" She's like, "Please, pick me up." She wouldn't tell her what's going on. Mom tried calling her. She couldn't answer the phone. Finally, she tells her, whatever the guy's name is, what's his name again? Howard, and it's not just fingers or anything, it's fingers and his penis too.
She said that he locked her in a room, so we got signal 50 on top of it.
So on top of it, now, here.
She just told Mom.
Apparently she just told Mom that she was also kidnapped. Like, he locked her in a room and wouldn't let her leave.
I don't know if she, ran away.
At their house. At his house.
So she said that, I guess she was held up in the room overnight. How did she get out? Do you know?
I
She
guess.
just ran away or climbed up a window or something?
Yeah, and her phone was dead, so I don't know if something's going on, because the little one, the grandma, the little one always comes back perfectly clean, hair perfect. I mean, they treat her like a little angel, and she came back looking how she is, all dirty. Yeah, she's in there.
Was this in a room somewhere?
I know exactly what room.
Which
His
room?
bedroom.
His bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
His bedroom.
I'm sorry we keep interrupting you. Just be articulate, like you're telling a story from beginning to end, everything she told you.
Like she couldn't move. She said he was on top of her. She could not move.
She cannot. When this whole thing happened, so the guy, he's a big guy. He's 6'3" and about 300 pounds.
She tell you how she escaped?
She said when he was sleeping this morning.
She let herself out of the room.
She got to get out of the room because he was sleeping.
I just been talking to Addie out there. I think something did happen to Addie. She told me, I go, you can just call me. I go, or you can talk to one of the officers. They're there to help you. You need to help your sister if it's true. And she goes, I just don't want to talk about it to anybody.
That's how she is. I know.
So that's telling me the way she worded it that, yeah, it probably did happen.
So I'm going to stay 10-12 with them here.
Something at least. This is Grandma that picked her up. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. You did the right thing. Thank you for bringing him over here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I left them. And then I got stuck.
Alright, so this is for both of y'all, okay? Our detective is asking if you will be okay to be interviewed. Mom says it's okay.
You can interview. We're just going to ask you questions. Just be honest with them, okay?
You okay with that? Alright. Cardigan, she says she's sent forward to be interviewed.
Okay, what about the exam?
And then the other question is, would you be okay getting the rape kit exam?
Yes, absolutely. We already said we're going to do that.
Yes?
Okay.
Yeah, they're both on board with it.
Okay, because I mean, the girl also has to be okay with it. We can't force her to do anything, so I just wanted to make sure the girl's also okay with it.
She says she's okay with it, yes.
Okay, so then what I'll do is I'm going to call Kimberly's, and then once that's set up, I'll text you the address. Just confirming all the evidence is either going to be in that trash bag or at the suspect's house, correct? There's nothing at Mom.
If I'll go there now.
He says he'll be 51 there. Mom will explain to him how to get there the best as she can.
It's so easy.
I can't borrow her?
No, she needs to.
Okay.
Are you done with this?
No, I'm working on it.
Working on it.
Almost.
Can we get someone to go to your house to get your dog some extra clothes?
How long I'll go there?
Perfect. Yeah.
Right.
While you finish that, have her, the whole thing, underwears and everything.
Did she say anything about her doing a kit? Because time is of the essence.
Yeah, she's good. She's calling Kimberly right now.
Is she come? So we're gonna transport her.
We're gonna have transport her there.
Okay.
And I'll just follow them there.
Okay. And I'll do what I can. Who knows how much dump?
Yeah, exactly.
All I know is it's a Dollar General bag.
The best that you can. If you find it.
Oh gosh.
And just like that, the suspect showed up there.
Who is he? No.
Hey.
Wait, no.
What?
Sir, power up the car.
Me?
Power up the car. Can you step out real quick?
Are you fucking kidding me? No, that is no fucking way.
16.6 suspects on scene will be detained right now.
That is no fucking way. No.
Don't play. Have a seat.
Oh,
You're not gonna hit nobody.
I didn't even want to go back.
Hey, Grandma.
You're fucking kidding me.
Go sit down.
No, I'm not gonna sit. This is ridiculous.
We're not
Okay,
gonna
this is
have.
also my business, so please have respect for me.
Okay, listen.
That is ridiculous, honey. That is ridiculous.
Grandma, just go over there, please.
No, I'm going over here. I'm getting a fucking cigarette. I'm sitting in my car.
Come on over here, bud. Where's my car? You have anything in your pockets?
Yeah, I got my.
We're coming on the back end of this whole thing, so you have to bear with me. Come on over here real quick. I'll get all your stuff. I'll tell you. Just put your hands up here real quick. I'm just gonna pat you down. You have any weapons on you, sir? I'll explain everything happening to you in just a minute. You're not under arrest. You're just being detained.
No, I just don't understand, man.
All right, leave that in there for now. Do you have an ID in here?
Yes, sir.
All right, just pull it out for me. You're being cooperative, so there's no reason to be rough.
Yeah, I'm just so worried about them. Now this is like, what the hell, man?
All right, come on over to my car real quick.
You honestly think I'll be coming here doing something like that, man? God, dude.
Hey, there were allegations made. Listen, I'm not even going to question you until I Mirandize you. All right, we got a detective that's involved in this case. We just got here. All right? Listen, I can't even talk to you right at this point. Just give me a minute. You're just detained. I'm going to turn the airway up and cool things down for you, okay? I see you're shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
There's some serious accusations.
Oh, no doubt, man.
But that's what the allegations are. That's all we have at this point. Let me turn the air up. It'll be a minute, okay?
Appreciate it, man.
All right, hear me out for a second, okay? You are at a public place, at a business.
I
Hear
understand.
me for a second.
I'm just standing
She
here
is the
smoking
owner
a
here.
cigarette. I understand her. I'm not
So,
causing any problem.
if you cause problems,
I'm not.
we'll get you
Am I causing
trespassed.
problems,
And then if you
Tracy?
don't, if you don't leave, then we'll get you arrested.
Oh, I
Understand?
need to leave now?
No.
Okay.
Hey, Sarge, give me a second. If you,
I am. I'm not. I
Just-
am. I'm upset, sir. Do you
I understand you're upset, but I'm trying to
Okay, do
explain
you
to you.
understand why I'm upset? That's ridiculous.
Okay. Understand what I'm trying to tell you, okay?
I understand.
Take a breath.
He showed up here to where we were at. No, we're not at the house. We're at a business. At a friend's business. Hey, what did I just tell you?
Are you going to come over here and obstruct what I'm doing?
No, I'm asking you
Then
to
stay
arrest
over
me.
there.
Are you arresting my son?
He is detained. He's not under arrest. Do you see handcuffs?
Just sit down here and take a breath.
We had allegations.
You boys sit down too. Take a breath. Take it easy.
We had allegations. We're gonna hold on to what we got. I get it. It's a lot to process. There's a lot going on here. We're not here to mess with him, but he's here. He's detained. That's all this is. Just try to remain calm, okay? I assure you, everything's being done by the book. I assure you. All right. We didn't say he was under arrest. He is being detained. That is all this is. Okay.
Right now, we're just investigating some stuff. Okay. But you need to let us do our job, okay?
I understand. But just know that my son.
I understand. Okay, this is why it's called an investigation.
I
And
understand.
there's two sides to every story, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't say nothing to me. When is this supposed to happen?
I can't officially ask you what's going on, or ask you any questions about it, but there were allegations made that there was a alleged rape that took place. I don't want to talk with you about the case at this point until the detective gets here.
I mean, can I at least tell you something?
If I'm not officially asking you any questions.
Well, no, I just want to talk to somebody. See, last night, the only thing we were watching TV and fell asleep. Woke up next morning. That's the only thing. So I don't understand what she's talking about now. Was she dreamed something or something? I always try to.
These are a signal 55 versus signal 41.
I mean, I'm a father.
Audible alarm.
Sure.
Open
You know what I'm
doors.
saying?
Cardigan 51.
Not yet. She's on the phone with the sergeant's got you on the phone. Are you gonna go with Grandma?
Yeah, she's got to get close to her. I don't know. I can't tell their sizes apart. They
Yeah,
know
yeah.
who's close.
Please don't run over him, Dan.
But we will be back.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right, buddy. This is the game plan. We're gonna wait for Sarge to get here.
Okay.
Once Sarge gets here, Cardigan wants you 51 to CID.
Okay.
Don't get him out of your car until she gets there. So don't put him in a room anywhere. or
He's
nothing.
got to piss. What do we do? I don't want him going in the store.
Dude, honestly, we can open up that door. I can park right behind him.
Yeah.
I don't want him out of our sight. I don't know. And then, so hear me out for a second before we go.
I just for you.
Are you ready for the game changer? All right.
What's going on?
So we're gonna have you guys en route to an address, and you're gonna meet the detective there.
Hey, Sarge.
Where's the guy at?
He's in the back of my car.
Okay, so
Detained.
I talked to Hardigan.
Yeah.
Whether you sit here or whether you sit at Central, it's still going to be a few hours before she can even get to him because they have a 3:30 appointment with them,
Okay.
and they're not there yet. It's going to end up having to be at Central eventually.
Okay.
So whether you go back to the North District office, and it'll maybe a little closer to Central instead of sitting out here.
Right.
You maybe sit there where there's other people that can maybe watch while you go inside and do things. There's probably nobody at Central at all, but she's eventually going to meet you at Central.
So I'm taking her there.
To do the examination.
Okay, then from there.
And after that, she'll let you know what's next.
Okay, what's going on with this? Do we know yet?
What do you mean with
Like,
this?
I'm gonna have chaos with this family?
No, they're all leaving already, and he's gonna be taken to the sheriff's office to get interviewed. After she's done with you guys, the detective's done with you guys, she'll drive over there to our main building and interview him.
Okay, sounds good.
So they'll be everybody should be out of here now.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to get this guy out of my car, and then I'll go get the.
He's being cooperative?
Yes.
So if he's being cooperative, let's make that swap real quick. And then actually, you need to go to the store. Go to the store first. We'll hang out here.
Hey, fellas. Hey, so I just got the phone with Detective Hardigan. She's advised me no one's to go into the home.
Come on, I gotta go use the bathroom.
It's gonna be a crime scene.
Huh?
Get my snake then.
What, have they done the test? And the test came out
No,
positive?
they haven't done the test yet, but this is to be a crime scene until,
Oh, come on. Can I
until
go
we can
use the
search the
bathroom
house.
first? I'm about to pee in my pants. All I do is go use the bathroom and come right back out, I promise.
So unless the detective tells us, we don't know what we have yet. So
All I need to do is go use the bathroom.
She's told me to lock it down as a crime scene.
You can walk in there with me if you want to. I just have to go in there.
We have to wait until the detective does her interview, And then
I did text her.
okay, and we'll wait for her to get back with us.
Do you know if the little girl threw out some clothes today? Allegedly?
All I know is we looked for her, and he followed her foot tracks, and if she went to our dump, she was going the wrong way.
Okay.
Because her footprints go to the left, not the right.
Gotcha.
They were on foot, and we were in car. We were desperately trying to find these girls because we didn't know what was going on.
And we saw, I saw the footprints leading from there, and I started following them. And then they went that way onto the main road, even though the way to go to the dump is to the right.
Would you throw out the kitchen trash?
Yeah, kitchen, yeah. And I'll see those.
Do you remember seeing a Dollar General bag in there this morning? I know it's something you probably don't even think of.
A Dollar General bag with shit in it.
Yeah,
I mean,
clothes?
No. There was only, whenever we took the trash out, there was only that one bag that you got from the backyard. Yeah, because he collected poop one day and just sit it in the backyard, so I made him put it in the bag.
Yeah.
But that's the only one that was in there, right?
Well, there was one open with random pieces of paper.
Oh, I know. That was the
But
one
you
I
didn't
had
remember
sitting
seeing
in the
any
box.
clothes in there?
No, sir.
Everything was all packed up from last night. The only thing that was sitting out there was a couple of recyclables. I had a box sitting there, and I had a yellow. I even got after him because he tried to put another trash bag in my trash can. I said, no, wait until you do that tomorrow.
Did you ever see her last night?
Yeah, I was in the room.
What was she wearing? Do you recall?
That's why I want to look at my camera.
Yeah.
I can look that information up because I have a camera that does take pictures and video.
As I'd like to get some kind of corroborating statements to see, if they're accurate.
Trust me, that's what I want to do.
But yeah, she's still in testing. None of that's not going to be resolved for a couple hours. And for what I understand,
Oh, really?
detective's out with her right now. Do you have access to your cameras on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that'll help.
Yep, that's why we thought they would be a good addition.
That's why I knew exactly when they took off.
Was it early this morning? Do you recall?
12:21 exactly.
Oh, at noon time.
And the weird thing is, this morning, the first thing she asked was me to charge her phone, and she was completely fine normally. In fact, I was working on a video on my computer, right? And she was wanting to know what I was working on, but I said it's a surprise because it's going to show everyone what I was working on. And she's she's allergic to surprises.
Yeah.
But she seemed completely fine and nothing was wrong. Nothing happened.
Thank you. Well, you'll have your day in court. Talk to the judge and put on your case.
What's up, Grandma in the car?
Yes, sir.
Well, we just came up here to give you guys an update. We're waiting on the detective. She's writing up a search warrant for the house. I know that you said that we could go in there and all that if we wanted to, but they want the search warrant and all that.
So she's going to come out here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Billy, how are you?
Pretty good, you?
So Grandma and the two kids are here? Okay. Anybody else? Everybody, has she been cooperative?
Yeah.
Grandma's over here? Perfect.
After hearing about the arrest, a third victim came forward. During interviews with detectives, the child described numerous incidents of abuse and told investigators the behavior had started when they were just 4 years old. Detectives expanded their investigation, documenting years of alleged abuse. The case was eventually presented before a Marion County jury. Over several days, prosecutors laid out the evidence gathered by investigators and testimony from multiple victims. After reviewing the case, jurors returned their verdict. Howard Lee Whitehead was found guilty on all counts. Judge Timothy McCourt sentenced Whitehead to 11 consecutive life sentences.
We begin at 6 o'clock with a developing story from Muskegon County. A man identified as a church deacon is facing multiple charges tonight, including possession of child pornography. Investigators tell us he had contact with young children in the community. 13 on your side's Josh Albertus is in the newsroom. And Josh, what do we know tonight?
Well, police say they executed a search warrant yesterday with the help of the FBI West Michigan Child Exploitation Task Force and arrested 49-year-old Daniel DeVries, who lived in Fruitport Township. DeVries is charged with multiple counts of possessing child sexually abusive material and using a computer to commit a crime. Investigators do not believe the images are of local children. However, that is still under investigation. We're told DeVries was a deacon and cadet at Unity Reformed Church in Norton Shores and a Sunday school teacher. The Muskegon County prosecutor says parents, this is a time to talk to your kids.
It's very devastating.
It's very devastating to know that an individual who allegedly, I should say, has these tendencies, was in a position or positions to have access to minor children.
Investigators say DeVries held various roles in which he had contact with the youth in the Muskegon County community. Anyone with information is asked to call 911 or Detective Kyle Neer at 231-733-2691. Online records show DeVries remains in jail on a $25,000 bond. We did reach out to Unity Reformed Church for comment, and they told us they are just finding out about these charges and trying to process it all. Juliet.
Okay, well, that story was from about a year ago. We have an update, and our update comes in the form of a sentencing hearing. So sit back, relax, and let's check it out.
We are on the record with file 242904-FH. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Daniel DeVries.
Thank you. This is the date and time set for sentencing. Ms. Norton, have you had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report?
I have, Your Honor, and we have no additions or corrections.
Mr. West.
Your Honor, on the face sheet of the PSI, it indicates a substance abuse history. That's a no. It indicates yes right now.
Okay, we'll change that to a no.
Thank you, Your Honor. And then I'm retained counsel on page 1 at the beginning of evaluation and plan. It says appointed.
Change that to retain.
And then I don't know what paragraph it is, but when it goes down to nearly the bottom, maybe 2 paragraphs up on that same page, it says that the full Gruder's assessment is attached to this report. Is that attached to the report that you have and that will go to the next step with my client?
It is.
It is, okay. Then they must have been saving paper because it wasn't attached to my copy and it wasn't attached to Ms. Norton's. But as long as it's attached, that's what we are asking.
Let me make sure it's Mr. Gruder's. Yes, it is attached.
Okay, thank you. And then the only addition that we'd like to put into the pre-sentence investigation report, I prepared and submitted a written paragraph that I've shared with Ms. Norton. We're in agreement that it should be included in the report because it puts this into full context rather than a couple of examples. And I believe the court has a copy, and we'd ask that that be included in the pre-sentence investigation report in the middle of the narrative section.
Any objection to this?
No objection.
All right, we'll have this added to the narrative. Probation, you'll get a copy of this so that you can place this in that paragraph. It specifically says where in the paragraph it needs to be placed. Any other additions or corrections?
No others, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Mr. DeVries, have you had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report?
Yes, I have.
Do you have any additions or corrections?
No.
Anything before sentencing?
Your Honor, I just want to say a few things. Obviously, we don't have a named victim in this case, and I think that sometimes leads people to believe that these can be kind of victimless crimes, not that they're not serious, but kind of victimless, and I'd say that's incredibly wrong. I think in this case, obviously, there were kids that were abused to make the pornography that's being viewed, so there's the supply and demand, but obviously this affects communities. This was a person that had this problem, admittedly from his own words, 3 to 4 years, but this was almost an addiction, almost an obsession. He was going on his own computer late at night after his family, his own children were asleep in his home. He was accessing it while he was at work. This is something that was very compulsive to him, and although he had an affinity for a certain image or person that was 16 years of age that we think was possibly from Russia, there were stuff on there that was 4-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 8-year-olds, prepubescent. So it's very concerning and very, like I said, almost addictive, compulsive type accessing this in the peer-to-peer sharing through the BitTorrent browser.
The other thing is that he was responsible for running children's programs through churches, through the schools. He was part of the Kids Hope. I think he started the Kids Hope program in the Mona Shore schools, and that entire program, because of this, had to be completely shut down. So all those kids are affected, as well as his own family and his own children and community. So although I think sometimes we don't have a victim here speaking, I think that there are many people that are affected by this behavior. And I just asked the court, there's no Cobb's agreement in this case, and I know the court has thoroughly reviewed all of the documents here, and I just asked the court to craft a fair and just sentence.
Thank you. And Mr. West.
Your Honor, the reason why we wanted to have this insert put in is that it puts his unhealthy interest in pornography into a context that I think is important, because they do give examples in the pre-sentence report that come from the original investigation where they identify child sexually abusive material. They identify it as coming from my client's IP address, and that's all true. He had an unhealthy interest, and he used BitTorrent, which is a nightmare. It's a Pandora's box. If you have an unhealthy relationship with pornography, the best way to ensure that you're going to have a lot of problems is if you use BitTorrent to access it. And I can tell the court that based on Detective Nair's close look at all of the evidence, my client was principally interested in pubescent, and his search history, his save history, all related to 16-year-old or thereabouts age, not prepubescent children. So an interest in adult form, and obviously illegal. But unfortunately, he opened up Pandora's box, and here he is. I can tell the court, based on many of the letters that I believe the court has read, my client receives all kinds of support from both the community, from the church, from his employer's son, with whom he worked around for many, many years as a young boy and then into adulthood. And I can tell the court that he is highly remorseful for his behavior. He's embarrassed about it, although since this came out, he has been very proactive in getting treatment. He went and had an assessment done by Ron Gruters, and Ron Gruters finds him to be someone highly unlikely repeating criminal conduct or to act out in any way. And in fact, this secret obsession was never something that he acted out on. I recognize that they're victims. It's a market, and supporting that market perpetuates that market. I fully understand that, and I don't disagree with that argument in any way, but I think it's also important to consider that there is no evidence, and there was never a time when he exposed anybody else to this secret. He suffered it alone. He suffered it late at night in private. Frankly, he's made apology to many people very openly. In fact, went to his reverend and to many people in his church community and people with whom he's served, and given back quite a lot to others. And they had no idea. And frankly, many, many months after this comes out, they're aware that no one was ever exposed to this in any way, and I think that's an important factor. My client's treatment has been significant. Beginning in April of last year, he began a weekly counseling session with a qualified person dealing with this kind of activity, with pornography, and he has continued to treat and see that counselor every week ever since then. So he'd be going on, I'd say it was about 10 months now and counting. In addition, he would attend a weekly support group called New Hope for Sexual Integrity, and he's been attending that group weekly since April 15th. And there was a letter included from Christian Hayden, who was one of the group leaders there, who talked about the tremendous growth in Dan, his efforts toward recovery and his successes in recovery and his openness. And Hayden, interestingly, described him as a blessing to the group. In addition to that, my client also was doing a weekly session at Celebrate Recovery, which is a 12-step group in Muskegon through Port City Church. And you had a letter from Haynes, which is the group leader there. He's been working very, very hard. The likelihood that he repeats this behavior is quite low, given his assessment and given his efforts and given the community support and the support of his loved ones. He's motivated and they're motivated. I don't know what the right answer is. I wouldn't want to have to make that decision, and I know it's difficult. I would think that given his efforts and given his assessment and given the fact pattern of this case, he's somewhat different than a lot of the other people that are charged with this sort of crime. So if you're looking at like offenders with like backgrounds, he sort of stands out as somebody who put in great effort and has great support, and so therefore is likely to succeed. I'd love to see him treated, put on electronic tether, allow him a delayed sentence so that he could continue on this path and continue to bolster his recovery, so that the court could make a decision at a later date with more information in front of the court. You know, the community would be protected, and he would be able to continue on that recovery. He is not somebody who's going to repeat this sort of behavior. Or alternatively, a jail sentence, or a prison sentence, if that's what the court elects, a prison sentence that sentences to 1 year to 10 years, so that the parole board can make an appropriate decision when they think he's ready for release into the community. But I can tell the court that he's made great effort. He will continue to make great effort, whatever your sentence is. He appears today with his family here, including his children. They are very tearful. They all know that this is very serious. They're very sad. My client is sad that they even have to be part of that. But he's doing everything he can. I mean, you open Pandora's box, you have to make adjustments. He's been doing that. He's worked hard at it, and he will continue to work at it. We do very much appreciate you listening. We appreciate you reading the letters. And I'm hopeful that Dan goes forward in a positive way, whatever may come today.
Thank you. Anything you'd like to say before sentencing?
I'm just very sorry for all I put everybody through in my community.
Thank you. I read through the pre-sentence report in this case, and we also added this letter that I mean the addition that I had just went through. Several letters of support on what a wonderful man he is, what he's done. Welcome him back with open arms in the community. My 9-year-old son is upset, and that he's out of the community at this time, and support letters. I mean, you've got all the support from the community here on being here for you, supporting you. Now, what I do is I look over here, and I'm waiting for a victim to speak. Wait a minute, let me check. I have, let me check to see. Offense variables is none. None. We have no victims, according to the pre-sentence report. We have no victims. We have no victims out here. Well, this is child sexually abusive material. I look at the letter that was added, and it says that near further determines that these pubescent images were the only ones that was saved. And I emphasize on saved. 16-year-olds, not adults, 16, but they were the only ones saved. But downloaded Let's check out what was downloaded. What did you download to look at? Maybe not save. We have, a 6 to 8-year-old naked on the bed with her legs spread and some adult rubbing lotion. Not good enough. Here we go. A 4-year-old naked on the bed with her legs spread, rubbing lotion, touching herself in her vagina. Then we go a little bit further. We got a little touching. Then we go a little bit further. We got an 8 to 10-year-old who is being sexually assaulted by an adult male inside her vagina while being videotaped. All right, we're not done. 12 to 14-year-old, aged naked, who is being digitally penetrated in her vagina with unknown types of objects. Well, off screen you see a male masturbating with an erect penis until he ejaculates. These are the images you were watching, maybe not downloading, but you were watching them. You, as the community member, have taken this community and taken children and taught children who you're looking at masturbating, playing with themselves, 6, 8. You can't tell me that there is no victims in this case. I look at these letters and I hear your attorney say nobody ever knew. Nobody knew. They wouldn't believe this. Well, now the community should know. And are they there to support you? They support that you can come into my home with my 9-year-old when you're watching 9-year-olds sexually being abused. I'm thinking I'd step back a little bit before I welcomed you to dinner. There is no victim. Well, these children who are sexually trafficked and abused and molested and put in all kinds of situations, where are these? Oh, they're on your computer. And the only reason why we have them is because we have child molesters who aren't, according to your attorney, not actually active on it, but watching it. That's why we have this stuff, because you are there watching it. And you can't tell me that this was a mistake. There was a whole lot more than one. The guidelines in this case are 24 to 40. Are they proportionate? No. No, they're not proportionate. They're not reasonable and proportionate because they take into consideration absolutely no victims. Are there victims in this case? Absolutely. And if we look to see we have if we have psychological injury to a victim, yeah, I'm sure these kids had it. And did you do it? Well, you watched it, and if you weren't watching it, would it have been done to them? Aggravated, let's see, number of victims, 10 or more, 25 points. So if you're looking at the victims, that they say that this is a victimless crime, we're way over what you should be getting in this case. 24 to 40. I don't find that the sentencing guidelines are reasonable and proportionate in this case. Therefore, it is the sentence of the court. You serve 48 months to 10 years on charge 1 and charge 2 at the Michigan Department of Corrections with 5 days credit. $68 state charge, $130 crime victim fund, $450 court cost. There's also a registration, SORA registration. Mr. Kenny, is that a lifetime monitoring or just a SORA registration?
Just a SORA registration, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So there is a SORA registration. Probation, did I miss anything?
No, you did not, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Norton?
Nothing further.
Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
You have the right to file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and sentence. If you are financially unable to afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you at public expense. You have 42 days from today's date to appeal. We're off the record.
Oh, Judge, can we go back on, or Jeff, do you want to do a stipulation on the destruction of the evidence?
Sure.
Or do you want to go?
No, we'll go back on the record.
Is there stuff that you're getting?
Yeah, you got additional people.
In regards to the evidence that was seized in this case, there were several electronics, computers, tablets, things like that. The detective has indicated that there were 2 external hard drives that were seized that just have family pictures on them and have no any type of CSAM or any sort of evidence. We're fine with returning those. We just asked the court to order that everything else be destroyed.
Everything else in this case will be destroyed and not returned after the appeal purposes.
Yes, after the appeal. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Ms. Norton, what other cases do you have?
I have Mall and Wabandado.
One for Rainbow, one for Amanda.
Who you playing with, sweetie?
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda. I'm 6, and I love unicorns.
Sexual predators are seeking kids online.
We don't know Amanda.
Learn how to report abuse at end-violence.org/protect.